Hello guys, this is the King Setup. Welcome back again to my YouTube channel, and today I want to do a market analysis on what we are expecting for the price to do on the coming week. So number one is marking the weekly zone. So I start my analysis from weekly, daily and H4, but most important is starting with weekly and daily because of direction. So that is what I use for direction. So let me delete everything and then we start again. So this is XAUUSD and this is weekly chart. So number one, I will mark my zone, and in this case my zone is always an engulfing zone. So number one, I spotted this engulfing buy. So now I know if the price is inside this zone, I'm expecting the price to continue going up. If at the current market price, this is our current market price around here, if the price has created engulfing buy on daily, so we might expect some momentum to the upward. So I switch to daily, and after switching to daily, here at the current market price we have this engulfing buy. So this is our engulfing buy, so I'll change this color to maybe yellow. The yellow zone is our daily zone, as you can see. So number one is identifying the weekly zone, and number two, wait for the price to get out of that zone, and number three, wait for the price to move in sideways, as you can see, and then number four, wait for the price to get inside the zone. Number five, the most important, is at the CMP we are expecting to see something like this. This is an engulfing buy. So at the current market price we expect an engulfing pattern. So in this case we are looking for buy, so we have this engulfing buy. That is why the price is in a continuous buy. So from there, inside that weekly zone, we also have above that one, above this engulfing zone here, we have another engulfing buy zone. So also we are expecting the price to continue pushing up. So number one, we have a weekly zone. Number two, we have a 2 daily zone that are speaking the same language as weekly. So these two zones are now telling you that we are supposed to be looking for buys only. And then we have an obstacle or a roadblock. This is our roadblock, a daily engulfing sell. So we are only interested in long positions, or we can hold these long positions for a long time if only the price breaks above this zone, because this zone is the one that is preventing the price to continue going down. That's why we have a lot of consolidation around this area. So we will be waiting for confirmations here, and then we might continue pushing up. That is what we are expecting for gold. And if the price fails to continue up and then creates an engulfing sell around this zone here, we might be looking for a pullback around maybe here, and then we might continue going up. So the overall trade for me is buy on gold. That is what I'll be focusing on. So let's move to USD JPY. So this one I had done my analysis on TikTok, but let me repeat again everything. So number one, as I said, we have a weekly zone. So number one is marking a weekly zone. As you can see, in weekly we have this engulfing sell. So number one is marking this engulfing sell. Then number two, where is price coming from? The price is coming from this engulfing buy. So the price has already confirmed that we have engulfing buy, and then above that engulfing buy we have engulfing sell. So if we get some buys from these areas here, we might continue to push to this zone here, and then we can expect the price to continue coming down from that zone. So that is what I'm expecting for this pair. Maybe I can switch to one time frame lower, and that is daily. So after switching to daily, what we have in daily, so we don't have any confirmation for price inside this zone here. So we are expecting around this zone here the price to give us an engulfing buy so that the price may continue going up. But if the price fails to create an engulfing buy, it will come around this zone here. We can expect the price to come maybe around that zone. Let me make these red zone. These red zones are weekly. So, and the yellow zone is a daily zone. So we are expecting the price to retest back to this zone here. Then if the price comes back to this zone and retest, we might get some buys from this zone, and then we can continue buying up to this zone here until the price gives us an engulfing sell around here. That is when we will be interested in selling only to the next engulfing buy that will be formed maybe around these zones here. So that is the daily or weekly market analysis for USD JPY. So that is what we are expecting, and maybe I can switch to the next pair. So the next pair is GBP USD. The direction for this pair, as I said, we have this zone here. Number one, we have engulfing fill, and number two, we also have this engulfing buy. So these are weekly pair. These are weekly zones. So in weekly zones, we only confirm buys we only confirm directions only in daily, because number one, we look for direction in weekly and then we confirm our direction in daily. So we switch to daily because we are expecting the price to maybe continue going up. And also, as you can see, we have this zone here. So we have a lot of noise here, but we can expect some more buys because where the price is reacting from is inside the engulfing buy. There are possibilities of buys than sells. So we switch to daily. And if daily gives us an engulfing buy here, if the price creates an engulfing buy, we might push to the next daily engulfing sell, and this is the next daily engulfing sell zone. So if it gives you an engulfing buy here, you might expect some buys to this zone here. So this is what we are expecting. This is what we are expecting, the price to come to that zone, daily zone. But we don't have any engulfing buy. So there's no confirmation that the price is reversing. So it is only if we get engulfing buys from this zone. So that is what I'm expecting from this GBP USD pair. And if the price continues to move down, we have this entry here. We can also consider this to look for more buys because the price might be interested for retracement around this zone, and then the price might retrace inside this zone, and then we might continue pushing down to this zone, and then on daily we confirm engulfing buy. So that's a buying zone. So maybe from tomorrow we might get some sales maybe to this zone, and then we confirm here, then we might continue pushing up. And maybe here we might get early entries on H4, and we might continue going up to this zone, or the zone that will be created around here. So that is my view on GBP USD. Let's move to Euro USD, but the Euro USD is the same case. The same case applies to Euro USD because here, this red zone, as you can see here, and this one, these are weekly zones. And around weekly, let me switch to weekly, we have this engulfing buy, then we have this engulfing sell. So the price has not yet touched this engulfing sell. Okay, we are inside this engulfing sell because the price has touched already, and then it was coming from this zone here. So if the price confirms more buys from this zone, then we might continue buying to this zone. And then if the price maybe fails to touch this zone here and continues to buy, we might be buying along the way, waiting for the price to touch this zone, and then we can continue to sell. So we are selling and buying at the same time. So you might have a lot of buys, a lot of sales at the same time. So we switch to daily. And on daily, we will only confirm buys if the price engulfs this one candlestick, or it creates another engulfing candlestick, then the price will continue to push inside this zone. And if the price pushes to this zone, then we might expect an engulfing sell on daily, and then the price might continue playing around these areas here. So That is my view on this pair. So, and if the price continues to go down, we have this one candlestick that looks like a doji. I think these are, yeah, this is an engulfing, and this one. So this one is a gray candle. It's a bearish candle. So if the price is willing to push a little bit inside the zone, we can consider this one as a buying zone, as a potential buying zone, because the price, if the price fails to create an engulfing there, it might be interested to continue doing like this. And then this is a potential buying position here, or zone. So we can expect price to continue moving up. So around here, we don't have any confirmation. Maybe around the London session for Euro USD, GBP USD, we might get some confirmations here around these zones. So maybe around H4, let me see, maybe inside this H4 we had this engulfing buy, then we had this engulfing sell. So this is like a tie, so we don't have a good direction, but we can expect some buys. If the price gives you engulfing buy around here, then the price will continue pushing up, because already we are inside a buying zone, a H4 engulfing buy zone. So maybe we can expect some push to the upside, maybe to this zone here. So that is what I'm expecting the price to do. So if the price continues to push up, I can expect some buys from this zone. If only M30 gives you engulfing buy, that is when you're supposed to continue buying. This is a good zone to continue buying, because also we had engulfing fail here, then the price might continue pushing up. So that is how I'm expecting the market to play. And make sure you follow this strategy, because it is very simple as that, as A, B, C, D, and you don't have to force anything. Wait for the price to give you a direction. If the price doesn't give you buys, then you can concentrate on sales. And if the price gives you buys confirmations, then you can continue to buy. And that's it. So maybe along the week, I'll be updating on what the price is doing in my Telegram channel. So the link is in the description, so you can go and click and join the Telegram channel for more follow-up on TikTok also. So make sure you subscribe and press a notification bell so that you can be notified for more content like this, because I'll be updating on what the price will be doing for this Euro USD, GBP USD, USD JPY, and on TikTok I'll be also giving insight on other pairs. So that's it. See you guys. Have a blessed week.